Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I am so very glad that you've decided to join me today. I've got a fun flow planned for you, so if that sounds good, roll out your mat, hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and we'll flow right into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. Now we will begin our practice today on the floor in our Shavasana. Find a comfortable place to come back into your body. We'll take a few deep breaths here. As we let go of any thoughts that we do not need. As we start to slow the breathing and quiet the mind. Maybe we'll wiggle our fingers. Maybe we'll wiggle our toes. Noticing where we are in space. Noticing where our body starts and ends. And then doing a quick scan through the body. Noticing if there's any areas that we're feeling a little tight, a little tense. And then seeing if we can let those areas be a little soft. If by thoughts alone, we can allow the muscles to relax. We'll bring a large breath in through the nose and let it go as a sigh. With our next in-breath, we'll circle the arms up overhead, finding our full body stretch. Reaching with the fingers, we'll point and reach with the toes. A couple more big breaths here. Allowing our inhales to expand the abdomen, expand the rib cage. And with our exhales, allow the body to soften towards the floor. Now with our next exhale, we'll slide the arms out to our cactus. So the fingertips are still pointed to the back of our space. We're pressing the elbows and the backs of the hands towards the floor. You may want to lift and tuck one shoulder blade in closer to the other, in closer to the spine. To give you a little bit more of a lift through the chest, that may be easier to press the elbows down to the floor. Now with our low back, with our exhales, we'll gently draw that low back closer towards the floor. Imagining pressing back through our spine. And now we'll circle the arms the rest of the way down alongside the body as we start to walk the legs in and then out towards the outer edges of our mat. Now noticing if we have a space in the low back that's not touching the floor, we'll lift the hips, tuck them forward, and set them down again so we're nice and grounded to the earth. We'll find a little windshield wipering side to side with the legs, moving both knees in the same direction, and then picking them up through center and moving them to the other. We'll lift the knees back up towards the ceiling. We can start to walk our feet in, and then we'll bring both knees up to the chest. We'll wrap the arms around the legs, lift chin to chest and the back of the head off the mat. We can find a little rocking side to side. Now we'll move our hands from the fronts of our legs to the backs of our legs, to our hamstrings. And from there, we'll lengthen the legs up towards the sky. We can set the back of the head down on the earth. And we can stay here holding our legs up, or we can reach the hands up as well. Now we'll wiggle out through the body, pointing and flexing the feet, circling the ankles, circling the wrists, and wiggling out. Again, still noticing where we are in space, coming into our bodies again. We spend so much time in our heads that sometimes we forget that we have a body and that body does amazing things, and we need to show that body some extra love through movement, through self-massage, through doing things that feel good. Good. We can stay here where we are with the hands and legs up towards the sky, or we can move to our happy baby by bending the knees, bringing the knees out past the rib cage, hooking onto our big toes or to the outside edge of our feet, and gently pulling down towards the floor. Now we can find a little rocking side to side. We can extend one leg and then the other. We can lift the low back off of our mat and rock forward and back. You can even move to a shoulder stand if that is within your practice, by lifting the rest of the mid-back up off the mat. Now when you're feeling ready, we'll tuck back into our tight ball, lifting the back of the head off the mat, wrapping the arms around the legs. And we're going to make our way to standing from here. So we can either roll all the way onto one side, press into the earth to lift us up, or we can move the hands to the backs of the thighs and rock and roll forward and back until we can pop up onto our feet and move to standing from there. We'll make our way to our mountain pose, our Tadasana. We'll bring the ankles under the knees, under the hips, or we'll sandwich the feet all the way together, finding whatever option is more comfortable to you and your body. We'll lift the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze them back and down the spine, rotate the palms forward, press into the toes, and we'll gently draw the chin in so that we're stacking our ears over our shoulders. And again, we'll take some deep breaths here. With our next in-breath, we'll reach the arms up overhead. With our exhale, we'll squeeze the shoulder blades as we drop the elbows alongside the shoulders, palms forward to our cactus. Inhale to lift the arms up. Exhale, we'll hinge from the waist for our forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Flatten out the back, reach forward with the top of the head. Exhale to fold. We'll take a moment here. We can grab for opposite elbows and find a sway side to side. We can pedal out the legs. We can swivel out the hips. Or find any other movements that feel right. With our next in-breath, we'll move to our halfway lift. Again, engaging through the core, pulling back through the spine. So we're lifting like we did on the floor, drawing the belly button in towards the spine, but this time we're lifting it up instead of pressing it into the earth. With our next exhale, we'll fold forward again. Nod the head yes, and shake the head no. Release out to the upper body. Allow the arms to hang heavy from the shoulders. We'll really take our time as we make our way to standing, rolling our way up the spine. Keeping our eyes down, the fingertips down towards the floor. And our chin will be the very last thing to lift back up. You can find some shoulder rolls or some shrugs at the top as we wiggle out. With our next in-breath, we'll reach the arms up to the sky. Now with our exhales, make a large circle with the arms as we take them all the way out to our sides. Down and around the body till we interlock the fingers behind our back. We'll draw the shoulders back and down the spine by pulling the knuckles towards the earth. This will help us find a slight lift to our chest. And then we might find even more of a back bend or a chest opener by dragging the fingertips, the knuckles a little further down towards the floor. With our in-breath, we'll shift forward again. We'll pull the hands a little further away from our low back. And then we'll pull over towards our left side, settling the right hand to the outside of our left hip. And then we'll drop our left ear towards our left shoulders. We're getting a nice big stretch up the right side of our neck. And then we'll bring the eyes back, lift the head back up, move the hands around to our back again. Optional baby back bend, lift the chest, lift the eyes. And then come back through center, eyes forward again. Now we'll move the hands over to our right side, connect the left hand to our right hip. And then we'll drop our right ear towards our right shoulder. With an inhale, we'll lift the head back on top of the spine. We'll move the hands around behind the body. Again, pull the shoulder blades back and down. We can find another optional baby back bend, lifting the chest. And then with our exhale, we'll put a big bend to the knees, maybe even sliding the feet a little bit closer together. We'll settle the chest or the abdomen towards the thighs. And we can stay here, or we can start to lift the knuckles, the hands up towards the sky as we hinge a little further. Now we'll bring the hands back to the low back. Before we unentwine the fingers, we'll drop them down towards the floor in front of us to use as our kickstands. As we bend the knees further, lift the heels up off the mat. We'll stack the heels over the toes if we can, as we bring the knees forward. And then we can wrap the hands around the legs, drop chin to chest, and find a tight ball. We'll let go of the legs, drop the fingertips back down as we extend the legs long. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Nodding the head yes. We'll shake the head no. One more time, we'll ragdoll our way towards standing. Again, take your time. Let the eyes stay down. The hands reach towards the floor. Rolling all the way up. Lifting the shoulders before we lift the chin and the eyes. Good, we'll wiggle out a little bit more as we make our way to the top of our mat. With an in-breath, we'll reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down. We'll step, hop, or float the feet back to our plank. Spreading the fingertips out nice and wide, gripping into the earth. We'll shift a little further forward. Exhale to our chaturanga or to an up dog. Exhale, soften the chest a little closer towards the floor. Tuck the toes. Press the hips up and back, down dog. We'll pedal out the legs. We'll swivel out the hips. And then we'll lift the left leg up towards the sky. Point the toes down towards the floor. And then we'll bend the knee. Draw knee, chew nose. We'll shift forward and connect our left knee with our left elbow. Pause. And then we'll send it back up, three-legged dog. Good. Bend at the knee, draw it forward, this time across the body to the right elbow. Pause. And then we'll kick the foot out to our side. So our pinky edge side of our foot is now down. We'll pivot our other foot to the earth. Press into the left hand and lift the right hand up. With an exhale, we'll drop the hips down towards the earth. We'll reach towards the back of the mat as we lift the left hand up and over the body for a side bend. Inhale to bring our left hand back to the top of our mat. We'll turn the chest to plant the right hand. Lift up, unthread the left leg, send it up and back behind. And we'll set it down. Wiggle out. Good. Right leg, we'll press it up and back behind. Point the toes towards the earth. We'll bend at the knee. And then slide forward to connect our right elbow and right knee. Send it up and back behind. Good, come forward again. Cross the body to our left elbow. Give a kick out to our side mat. Drop the left heel. Press into the right hand. Reach the left hand up. Exhale, lower the hip. Reach towards the back of our mat as we lift our right hand up and over the body. Inhale to rainbow. Plant the right hand. Bring the left hand around. Pivot. Lift the right leg. Press it up and back behind. And drop it down. Wiggle out. We'll pick up the left. Send it up and back. We'll speed it up a little bit. Shift forward. Connect the left elbow, left knee. Send it back. We'll bring it across the body to our right elbow. Give a kick out to our side. Press into the left hand. Reach the right hand up. Exhale, lower the hip. Reach to the back of the mat. Left hand comes up and over. Side bend. Rainbow the arms up and over the body to the top of the mat. Press into the earth and thread the left. Send it up and back behind. Lead it forward again to our left elbow. Pause. And then we'll step it down to the outside edge of our mat. Finding a lizard pose. We'll soften the hips forward as we press the chest towards the top of the mat. We have an option here to drop our right knee down. We have an option to move the left foot out further or up higher on the mat. We also have an option to roll on the pinky edge side of the foot and even press the knee away from the body. I'll take a little bit of time here to soften through the hips. Now we can stay here in our lizard pose, or if our back knee is floating, we can drop it down to the earth. Then we can pick up our right toes, reach them up towards the sky, press into our right hand, reach around the body for our foot, and draw it in towards the body. You might find a nice stretch here on the front of our right thigh, on our quad, or even the hip flexor. Now you can even press the foot into the hand to help open the chest a little further and deepen the stretch. We'll circle our left hand back around towards the top of our mat. Drop our right toes under. Lift the right knee off the mat. We'll pick up the left. Send it up and back behind, three-legged dog, to our down dog. Wiggle it out. And then for our right side, we'll pick up our right leg. Bend at the knee, draw it forward to the right elbow. Send it up and back. Across the body towards our left elbow. Give a kick out to our side. Press into the right hand, lift the left. Exhale, lower the hips, sit down on the mat, reach to the back of the mat. Lift the right hand up and over the body. With an inhale, we'll rainbow the arms up and over back to the top of our mat. press into the earth, unthread the right, send it up and back. We'll bring it forward towards our right elbow and set the foot down on the outside of our right hand. Lizard pose on this side. Again, we have an option to stay up. We have an option to drop the left knee. We have an option to walk our right foot wherever feels comfortable, or to roll to the pinky side of the foot. Now we have that option to find our gentle twist and bind. By pressing our left hand into the earth, we'll move our right hand around as we reach the left toes towards the sky. Gently grab back for the foot. Now we can press into the hand, press back through the foot, and then we'll gently let go. Circle the right hand back around to the top of our mat. We'll tuck our left toes under, pick up the right leg, pause, and then send it up and back, three-legged dog, to our down dog. We'll wiggle out a little more through the hips. And then we'll take a step forward. And another step forward. And we'll walk the rest of the way towards the top of our mat. And then in breath, we'll find that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive the arms. We'll lift towards the sky. Exhale to our cactus. Inhale to lift the arms. Exhale, we'll find that big circle all the way out to the sides, down and around until we find the hands at the back. We'll draw the shoulder blades back and down, extending the arms, reach the knuckles towards the floor. We can find a little bit of a back bend, lifting the chest, lifting the eyes. Exhale, bringing the eyes forward. We'll pull the hands away from the body and then over towards our left side. And drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. We'll lift the eyes forward again. Bring the arms back around to the low back. Pull the shoulders back, knuckles down. Again, option to lift the chest and eyes further. Exhale to come back to neutral. We'll move the hands a little further back. And then over to our right side. Dropping our right ear towards our right shoulder. And then we'll lift the eyes again. Circle the hands back around one more time. Maybe pulling the hands a little further down towards the floor to help lift the chest, lift the eyes. Inhale to lift. Come back to our neutral spine. We'll hinge from the waist, moving to our forward fold. We have the option to keep the hands on the back, pull the shoulder blades into the spine, or we have the option to lift the hands up towards the sky. And then lower the hands back to the body. Unentwine the fingers. Drop them straight down from the shoulders. Give them a wiggling out. We'll drop the fingertips down to help us lift the heels off the mat. We'll bend through the knees. And we can keep the hands down or we can grab for the legs. We can keep the eyes on a neutral place, or we can chuck chin to chest and roll into our tight ball. With an inhale, we'll lift the eyes, drop the hands back down, extend the legs long. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Step, hop, or float the feet back. We'll make our way to our down dog. We have an option to move through our chaturanga to up dog or cobra, or to make our way to a child's pose before extending the legs long. We'll pedal out in our down dog. And then we'll send the left leg up and back behind. Bending at the knee, we'll round through the spine, shift forward, and step the left hand to the top, the left foot to the top of our mat. We'll bring a full breath in, and an even larger breath back out, pressing evenly into the feet. Inhale to lift us up to our crescent lunge. Now with our back foot, we want the heel stacked over the toes if we can, which will add a little more bend to our back leg and sit us up a little bit taller on our hips. We can even squeeze the glutes slightly. Now with our exhale, we'll humble our warrior, hinging forward, sweep the arms up and back behind, draw the shoulder blades in together, which will bring the palms a little bit closer. Inhale, press through the legs, lift the arms to the sky. We'll do 2 more. Exhale, hinge, sweep the arms. Inhale, lift. 1 more time. Inhale to lift. Now we'll just keep opening through our right side, pivoting our back foot around till the feet are perpendicular. We're still bending into our left leg, finding our warrior 2. With an in-breath, we'll reach the left hand up and over the body, finding that side bend. Inhale, lifting back through center. Connect your left elbow, left knee. Reach the right hand up and over. Inhale, rainbow over the body again. This time we'll lengthen and straighten out through our left leg as we find our reverse triangle. Inhale to lift 1 more time. Reach the left hand towards the top of the mat as we hinge and find our triangle. We'll stack the shoulders. We can take the eyes down towards our left hand or up towards our right hand. With our exhale, we'll circle our right hand all the way down towards the floor so that our chest is facing the ground. We'll bend into our left knee, plant the hands down. We can walk that foot out a little further as we make our way back to our lizard pose. Now we'll pick up our left leg, maybe hold it here before we send it up and back, 3-legged dog, to our down dog. Wiggle out. Now for the other side, we'll pick up our right leg, press it up and back, Bend at the knee. Bring knee to nose. We'll round and lift through the spine as we step our right foot towards the top of our mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. Press through the feet. Inhale to lift the chest. Reach the arms skyward. We're lifting our heel of our left and bending a little further through the left knee. Big bend in the right knee. Hips are forward. With our exhale, we'll humble our warrior. Sweep the arms up and around. Pull the shoulder blades in. Inhale to lift. We'll do 2 more. Exhale, hinging forward. Floating the chest over our leg. Inhale to lift. 1 more time. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale to lift. We'll just keep on opening through our left side. Warrior 2. Pivot the back foot around. Bend into the front knee. With our in-breath, we'll reach the right hand up and over the body to the back of our mat. Exhale, cartwheel the arm. Connect the right elbow with the right knee. Reach the left arm up and over. Inhale, up through center again. Lengthen out through the front leg. Reverse triangle. Reach to the back of the mat. Inhale, up through center. Reach towards the front of the mat. Hinge, triangle pose. Now with our exhale, we'll circle our left hand all the way around towards the ground. So our chest is pointed at the floor. Bend into our right leg. We'll come back around to our lizard pose. Softening the hips forward. Reach the chest towards the top of the mat. And then when you're ready, we will pick up our right leg. Maybe hold it here. Before we send it up and back, 3-legged dog to our down dog. We'll pedal out the legs a little more. Now we'll slide the hands, 1 hand's distance or a little ways closer towards our toes. Put more of a bend to the knees and really press the hips up and back. Now we'll shift a little further forward so our shoulders are over our wrists. We'll rock forward onto the toes so our heels are stacked over our toes. Our knees are bent and hovering over the floor. Press into the hands, press into the toes. We'll hold here. And then we'll drop the knees the rest of the way down. Untuck the toes. Shine the chest forward. Lift the eyes and the tailbone as we lower the stomach. With our exhale, we'll curl chin to chest, hips under, and arch up through the spine. Pull the belly button in to lift through the low back. Inhale to shift forward. Exhale to curl in. We'll move back and forth with our cat-cows for a few more breaths. And we'll come back to our nice flat back tabletop and walk the knees towards the outer edges of our mat. Bring the big toes into touch. We'll scoot the left hand underneath of the chest. And with a nice big breath in, we'll reach the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, we'll reach that right hand as far to our left side as we can. before bringing the shoulder and the side of the face down. Now we can press into our left hand to help us open up the chest a little further. Or we can wrap that left hand around to the small of our back. Now we'll press into our left hand to unthread the right, reach the right arm back up, and then we'll bring it down. A full in and out breath cycle to reset. And with our next in-breath, we'll send the left arm up. And with our exhale, we'll thread the left through the right. Bring the shoulder and the side of face down. We'll press into the right, unthread the left, reach the left up, and bring the left down. Now we'll send the hips back towards the heels and soften the chest and the forehead towards the floor. We'll take a few deep breaths here in our wide-legged child's pose as we slow the breath down. And with each exhale, allow the body to soften a little further into this pose. With an in-breath, we'll start to walk the hands back into the body. From here, we can make our way to a seated position, or we can make our way down to our mats for a shavasana. We'll close our eyes. Take a few more deep breaths here. Thank yourself for coming to your mat today, for taking this time out of your day to refocus your energy, to come back into your body, to show yourself love through movement, and for taking this time to just be. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.